Are you thinking about being a movie critic, or are you think are you a movie buff? Well, stay tuned, folks, because I'm going to tell you what makes a great critic, a good critic, and a terrible critic, and how not to criticize a movie or a TV show. Welcome, story lovers, to the Story Dude Show with your host, Jared D. Winchester, bringing you a new set of episodes for the month of April 2021. So let's get right into it. So, when I was starting off in Hollywood, I soon realized that there are three types of critics. The first critic is the extremely great critic, which is the person you need to approach when your film is being criticized or your film is being critiqued or looked at. The second is the type of critic who is good, offers you a lot of praise, but not really an ideal critic, and is okay for the most part. And the third critic, I highly recommend you stay away from this type of critic, because this type of critic offers you extremely subjective, extremely biased, and extremely destructive criticism. Because the terrible type of critic, you can't really tell the difference, because this type of critic will offer you the criticism, but under the facade of being helpful when they're really not. This type of critic will ask unnecessary questions on material that you've already given answers to later in the material. So, for example, if your movie is about a character and you've already given information about what the character does, and you've clearly made that abundantly clear, rather, but the critic asks, what does this guy do again? What does so-and-so do again? And this person doesn't think, not very intelligent, and asks way too many questions without thinking. That's the person you want to stay away from. But for the most part, this person is destructive. The good critic mostly will offer you praise, like I mentioned earlier, and not very constructive. And if they were to be constructive, it's seldom. Also, the one you need to be aiming for is the great kind of critic. And the difference between the three is that a great critic will offer you constructive feedback. He or she will start by giving you the positives, moving on to the negatives, neatly segueing into the negatives, like what didn't work about a movie or a TV show or any sort of visual work, and will offer improvements to said movie or TV show or visual work. Not necessarily to the specific one, but on the next project, on how to better the quality of the movie or TV show. But they are rare. And those type of critics charge an arm and a leg. And unfortunately, the industry is plagued with the latter kind, the terrible kind of critic. I've been the receiving end of the latter, which means that you need to be staying away from the terrible kind of critic, which also means you really should be analyzing the criticism offered and judging for yourself whether or not this is constructive, whether or not this is helpful, or whether or not it's both constructive and helpful. So, I would sincerely hope that you analyze the criticism you get the next time you receive such criticism, and I really hope that you take the initiative to critique the critics. You're well within your limits to do that, because if somebody is criticizing you, you have the right to criticize them. So, I really hope that you source out or seek out the great critic. As some would like to say, it's the cream of the crop. Great. And with that being said, this is Jared Dean Winchester, also known as the Story Dude. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because I post anywhere between 2 to 3 episodes per month of the Story Dude show, so be sure to check all of my episodes out. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you around for a new installment of the Story Dude show.